Throughout history, warfare has been as much about innovation as it has been about sheer might. Among the most fascinating elements of historical combat are the siege spectacles, grand displays of engineering ingenuity that sought either to defend or to breach a city. From towering walls to colossal machines, these engineering feats were as impressive as they were prone to catastrophic failure. Picture yourself in the Middle Ages, a time when towering city walls stood not just as barriers, but as symbols of a city's power and prestige. Such fortifications were the first line of defense, often surrounded by deep moats and equipped with robust gates, watchtowers, and battlements. These walls posed a formidable challenge, requiring besieging forces to muster not just armies, but a mastery of mechanical innovation. Let's dive into some of the grand instruments of siege warfare. Take the trebuchet, a cornerstone of medieval engineering. This massive catapult harnessed the power of gravity through a swinging arm to hurl massive stones over or directly into enemy walls. A marvel of physics, it allowed forces to maintain a safe distance while unleashing devastating power. Yet, the trebuchet was not without its flaws. Its construction demanded time, precision, and an immense amount of resources. Miscalculations in weight distribution or flawed construction could render it useless or, even worse, dangerous to its operators. Then there was the battering ram, which evolved from a simple tree trunk to a sophisticated weapon with protective coverings to shield its operators from arrows and rocks. These were used to repeatedly pound against city gates or walls, seeking to crumble stone and wood through brute force. While effective in its execution, the battering ram was ultimately limited by the defender's ability to fortify entry points or counter with fierce defensive maneuvers. A particularly ambitious feat in siege warfare was the construction of siege towers, massive mobile structures that allowed attackers to scale towering walls. These towers brought soldiers face to face with defenders, often resulting in intense clashes atop the walls. However, their construction and movement required flat terrain and perfect weather conditions, making them highly susceptible to the whims of nature and defensive fire. As warfare evolved, so too did the defensive measures. The introduction of gunpowder and cannons in the late Middle Ages marked a turning point. Walls that once stood impervious against stones and arrows found themselves vulnerable to the explosive power of cannonballs. It sparked a shift in architectural design, leading to star forts with angled bastions designed to deflect this newfound threat. Yet this advancement was not foolproof. The increased cost and complexity of such constructions were significant burdens on societies. In examining these siege spectacles, we uncover stories of human resilience and the relentless pursuit of dominion. Each ingeniously designed mechanism bore the potential for both success and catastrophic failure, as the skill of those who built and operated them was as critical as the designs themselves. In conclusion, these siege spectacles, with their balance of engineering brilliance and intrinsic flaws, underscore a universal truth. In the endeavor of warfare, as in life, our greatest creations can be our greatest vulnerabilities, shaping the fortunes of those who dared to harness them. They stand as reminders of a past era defined not just by conflict, but by a ceaseless striving for ingenuity amidst the harshest tests of war.